Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us read from verse 32. अमनस्त्वान्न मे दुःख रागद्वेष भयादयः अप्राणो ह्यमना शुभ्र इत्यादि श्रुतिशासनात् एतस्माज्जायते प्राणो मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी निर्गुणो निष्क्रियो नित्यो निर्विकल्पो निरञ्जनः निर्विकारो निराकारो नित्यमुक्तोऽस्मि निर्मलः. Nishedha, what I am not, is the first part of our spiritual practice according to Vedanta. Therefore, the teachers have started Avidyakam Shariradi Dukkham Buddhabudvaksharam Etad Vilakshanam Vidyat Aham Brahmeti Nirmalam. So first of all we negate Dehatvan Name Janma Jara Karshad Layadayaha. Because I am not the body, all these things don't belong to me. Because I don't have any sense organs, therefore I am nonsense. See? Therefore none of the object of the world ever touch me. This is one of the names of the Lord, Ganesha. In Atharva Shirsha, one of the name of Lord Ganesha is Vratapataye Namaha. Vrata means useless, a villager. Vatrat is Vrata. Then Amanaskar Name Dukkha, because I don't have this mind business, so I am not miserable, I am not moody, I am not frustrated. This is what is my nature, aprano yamana shubhra. Then what is that? Etasma jayate prana. Everything begins from me, is contained in me, goes back to me. Up to here we have seen. Now this I, what is being said in the 33rd verse, from this everything comes out. What is that? Now it is indicated in the 34th verse. Nirgunaha. See? Nirgunaha means, oh, God is all compassionate. See? Space is not compassionate to anybody. Be very attentive. If you are studying Vedanta, you should not be emotionally weak. There was one student, he was a Swami, he came for studying. And his whole life he spent in Krishna Bhakti, having a nice idol of Bhagwan Krishna, doing the puja, that Pushti Marga type. Very sincere, very nice person. And some virus entered his head. I want to study Vedanta. He should not have come. He came. And then he introduced himself and I want to study. I said, I have no problem, but if you really want to help yourself, don't study. No, I want to study. I said, then be prepared. And that first lecture that he heard was Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. That which cannot be felt by the mind, devotion is what? Feeling by the mind. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So, yan manasana manute, that which doesn't become an object of knowledge for the mind. Yena ahur manomatam, that because of which the mind is able to function. Tadeva Brahma, that is the Brahma, and that Brahma Tvam Eva Vidhi, you are that. Nedam yadidam upasate. Not this Ghanti Baja business is your Brahman. When he heard first lecture, after the lecture he came and he was in tears. Swamiji, how can you say like that? I said, I didn't say. Upanishad said, Nayamatma balahine na labhya. Balahin, weaklings. Those who are touch me not brand, for them it is not. So here, nirgunaha. Gunas are both good, bad. Is it not our, again this example I give you number of times, it will click sometime. The eyes have, or the vision has no color, no form. So as regards colors and forms are concerned, what is the vision? Vision is nirguna. No color, no form. Similarly, the ears, hearing ability. Sare gama padanisa. Different. Lord's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And news. You are bad, you are bad. All of them are illuminated by the same hearing ability. Is neither good nor bad. Nirguna. See? And the best part is, we don't have to do anything. It is like that. If we are told, if you want to see colors and forms, you must use only eyes, okay? No ears. Is it being obstinate? This is a statement of fact. In the same manner, Nirgunaha, observe your own experience. That which is illuminating all colors and forms is without any color and form. That thou art. If that what we are to experience, what will be the spiritual practice? Obsession with colors and forms is given up. See? The whole world is nothing but these two things, name and form. So Nirgunaha, Nishkriyaha, lazy, doing nothing. In his presence only everything is happening. Like the sun is Nishkriya. Sun doesn't come and try to wake us up because he failed. So he has given up. I cannot wake up the people. They are all Surya Vamshi. I'll tell you one thing for those who are the late risers. This comes in one of the Purana. Those who wake up after the sunrise, in the next life, they become Khatmal. Khatmal means bedbug. This comes in Khatmal Mahapuran. So those who are waking up late, next time you see any Khatmal, Papa, she's going to be your dad. See, Nishkriyaha. The truth doesn't do anything. See, be attentive. There is no activity involved. Seeing is not an activity. After seeing, complaining and comparing and commenting, that is activity. See the important thing. Nishkriyaha. So eyes only see, they don't comment. Comments come from the mind. So Nirguno, Nishkriyaha, Nityaha. Everything is constantly subject to modification and change. Now every word apply to yourself. See, this is another very simple way of contemplation. One of my trip from here only, Haridwar to Badrinath, there was a group of students from Delhi, maybe about 70-60 of them, 2 buses. And in the bus I always sit on the back seat so that nobody can complain we don't get a good seat. Oh, Swamiji is sitting there first. Okay. These are the tricks, professional. And no, on the last bench nobody wants to come and sit, so it is always empty. So one girl came, she said, Swamiji, may I sit? I said, sit anywhere except on my head. Sit. If you sit, you will fall. Then, Swamiji, tell me something. I said, what to tell you? Anything. I said, okay. Now, I will not tell you anything. What is the name of that boy? His name is Ashok. I said, very good. Then I told, I will say word Ashok loudly. And when he turns his head, that time I will say nothing in your ear. Only lips. And you laugh like mad. And then you go away. And see the game. This happened. And she was laughing and went away. Now that Ashok was worried. Then he got up and he came and he said, Raji, may I sit here? Yes, you are welcome. What did you tell her? I said, you are inquiry commission or what? No, she was laughing. I said, yes, she was laughing. Why she was laughing? I said, ask her. How can I know? He went to her. Why were you laughing? He said, who are you to ask me? Frustrated. Again he came, Swamiji, you told Ashok and then you told her something and therefore she was laughing. Now be attentive. The word Ashoka means I. This word Ashoka did not create the knowledge of I to all of them, but for that student, is it not? Now what is the meaning of Ashoka? The one who is free of miseries, and he was miserable. See, if this example is clear, exactly the same way, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham husband, Brahma, Brahma, Nitya, ever. So when the meaning of the word can be deducted to one's own being, then we have understood the scriptures. Otherwise, it is said, Nirguna, hoga apne ko kya karna hai? You are that Nirguna man. Then, Nishkriyaha. We have done nothing to increase our age. It is all happening. But all oldies have got that arrogance. धूप में बाल सफेद नहीं किए होगे तब ना. What is our contribution in becoming old? Zero. That arrogance comes. Therefore, Nirgunaha means I, Nishkriyaha means I. What do we do to dream? Dreams happen. You cannot decide what dream you will dream. You cannot. You cannot improve the dream, but they are happening. See, friend, Nirgunaha, Nishkriyaha, Nityaha. So all of them keep on coming and going, we are the same. Like so many satsang have come and gone, Asangoham, Asangoham, Asangoham Punah Punaha. Let any number of Mahatmas come and try their best and go back with frustration. One person asked me this question on some airport. You are constantly giving lectures throughout the world here and there, but nobody changes, nobody improves. Don't you feel bad about it? I say, why should I feel bad? It's good they don't improve. My market is maintained. Nishkriyaha. If we feel that I am doing something, then the failure will come. See, friends, one technique I'll tell you about this karma, whatever karma you do. Whatever we do in our life, remember this, nobody needs it. It is our need that we do whatever. But we have that arrogance. I have done so much for you. Who asked you? See? Relax. Then whatever we are, it is our need. When we are taking food, is it the food needs? Yaar khao na mujhe. No. Our need. We go for a walk. Do you think the road needs us? Koi to chalo. Recognize this principle. The net result will be, you will never have a failure in your life Failure is what? When we do something for somebody and if it doesn't come to our expectation, it is a failure. But whatever we are doing because it is our need. Like I am talking to you all. It is my need to talk to you. I know, don't need me. See, imagine, last 1.5 hour, year or two, morning, evening. Had I not been engaging myself like that, what I would have done? Eat, sleep, eat. Now these two things kept me on toes. Therefore, whatever we do in our life, it is our need. And therefore, nirguno, nishkriyo, nityaha, nirvikalpaha. Vikalpa means options. Be attentive. Do we have vikalpa option about what? Now it is evening. It is not morning. Vikalpa option. Now we are in Rishikesh. We are not in Haridwar, the Vikalpa. I am man, I am not a woman, Vikalpa option. Now one step further. Do we have this Vikalpa option? I am or I am not? This is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. See, one of my friend, doctor by profession, surgeon, he was so much involved and he said, Swamiji, I will not leave you unless you give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And he followed me up to Badrinath. I said, we have no place in the bus. He took his car and he came. All others were going to various places. He will not leave me. Like a leech he was after me. And in that Bhim pool, I was sitting there on a rock. All others went to that Ganesh Gufa. He said, Swamiji, I will not leave you unless you give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I said, okay. You are alive, you are dead? He said, I am alive. No, I don't think you are dead. He said, no, I am alive. So is there any Vikalpa, any option? That's it, this Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In short, don't give yourself any choice. Choiceless existence is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Our whole life, prosperity and affluence is nothing but giving more and more choices. I don't want this, I don't want that. See, we Babaji, no choice. Same kapda, morning, evening, bathroom the same, temple the same. And for you, morning different dress, lunchtime different dress, evening different dress, night, dhobi. Lesser the choice you exercise in your life, you are marching towards the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Therefore, Paramatma has no choice whether he is supporting Gadha or Goda. No choice. Therefore, Nirvikalpaha, then Niranjanaha, uncontaminated. Again the same principle. Colors and forms cannot contaminate the vision. Sounds cannot contaminate the hearing ability. The pure self that we are is not contaminated by waking, dream, deep sleep or samadhi. Niranjana. So each and every word, Nirguno, Nishkriyo, Nityo, Nirvikalpo, Niranjanaha means I. When this will happen, this is called in other words as bhavana. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana. Now ours is a bhavana only. I am man, I am woman, I am brahmachari, I am grihastha, I am sannyasi, I am vanaprastha. Only bhavana. See, I'll tell you the impact of bhavana. For the first time, I was going somewhere and some village kids, they shouted, "Hey Babaji, ruk jao. So I was walking. They ran and came and stood in front of me. We are calling you, why don't you stop? I said, I thought you are calling somebody else. No, you are Babaji. That day, or yaar, मैं Babaji बन गया. Because that bhavana was not there. Now after leaving that Babaji, now all other things are erased and only Babaji has remained. It is only bhavana. See friends, one of the watchmen, I asked him, I said, you are from Nepal? He said, no, my father was from Nepal, but I am born and brought up in Dehradun. He is not ready to give up that Nepal. Bhavana. See friends, Gujarat is in Mumbai. They will be talking everything, but not from Mumbai. I am from Ahmedabad. How many? 9 generations before we were Ahmedabad. Live that Ahmedabad. This is bhavana. Therefore, do this bhavana. Nirguno, nishkriyo, nityo, nirvikalpo, niranjanaha. That which remains after giving up everything, and that which cannot be given up, is the ultimate truth that we are. Nirvikaro, nirakaro, nirvikar, no modifications of any kind. Nirakaraha, no form. This is another very potent spiritual practice. Make formlessness as the object of your perception. There are two options. Shabda or form, name or the form. Two of them. Because what is world? Nama Rupatmak Jagat. Now between these two, for example, we take the sound or the words. And this is what we told you. Make silence as an object of knowledge. Words have got shape, finite, beginning and end. Silence has no shape, no beginning, no end. So when we make absence as the object of knowledge, that which supports even the absence is beyond the presence and absence. Nirakaraha. Then Nitya Muktosmi, I am ever liberated, therefore na kuch pana, na kuch khona. We are not bound. Don't get that thing, Like, initially it is required. In Vivek Chudamani, the student goes and asks the teacher. He doesn't ask the all-nonsense question. Where are you from? Where were you born? No. His questions are 7 questions. Ko nama bandhaha katamesha agataha katam pradishtasya katam vimokshah ko savanatma paramakka tayor vivekaha katam edaducchatam. Ko nama bandhaha. What is bondage? There is no bondage. Over. It's only our imagination. And what is that imagination which keeps us bound? I am body. Nobody has ever told us that I am body, and all the scriptures are constantly banging that you are not the body, and yet we don't change because of this bhavana. See friends, the whole world is lived only by the bhavana. Therefore, here Nitya Muktosmi, again and again insist, how are you? I am happy. Do this bhavana. But that should mean, a small girl, I told her, I said, when I ask you how are you, you should say, I am on the top of the world, okay? Okay, Swamiji. He was in a low mood. I said, okay, now tell me, how are you? Swamiji, I am on the top of the world. Is this the way to be on the top of the world? See? Then I gave her one, now? Now my hand is on the top of your face. Words should carry the meaning. So when we say, I am happy, we should mean it. And only start, jhoot moot. Even if you are having problem, say, I am okay. How are you? Fine, fantastic, on the top of the world. One person got frustrated and asked, what do you mean by on the top of the world? I said, the world is under my foot. Relax, relax, relax. You have understood this complete mantra. Nirguno nishkriyo nityo nirvikalpo niranjanaha nirvikaro nirakaro nityamuktosmi nirmalaha. There is no impurity in me. Impurity cannot touch me. Space cannot be made impure by the contents. Our vision doesn't become impure when we see something dirty. Our vision doesn't become pure when we see the idol of God. Our hearing ability doesn't become sinful when we hear the abuses, and doesn't become holy when we listen to the God's name. See, nirmalaha. No impurity can ever touch us. This is our essential nature. Do this bhavana again and again. Now, to do this bhavana, the teacher gives further in 35th verse. Aham akashavat sarvam bahirantargatochyutah sada sarvasamasiddho nissango nirmalochalah. As long as the notion of inside and outside is valid, we are samsari. And this inside-outside notion requires a point of reference. It's very simple, not difficult. Like, in my pocket, this container is there, small dibbi. It is inside the pocket. Okay. Book is outside the pocket. The book is inside the hall. Shoes are outside the hall. Shoes are inside the ashram. Car is outside the ashram. Car is inside Rishikesh. Haridwar is outside Rishikesh. Can you talk about inside, outside without reference to a reference point? You cannot talk. Now, next step. When we are snoring away in deep sleep, that time we are inside the body or outside the body? That concept has gone. We are inside Rishikesh or outside Rishikesh? Next one. We are in 2021 or 1947? The concept of time, space, gone. Then we are man or woman, young or old, gone. The whole samsara begins with the concept of in and out. This is very important thing as a spiritual practice. That day I mentioned to you, external air becomes the prana shakti when it enters the body. If there is no continuous communication or contact between the external and internal air, life is not possible. Therefore, the air is inside the body or the body is inside the air? Think. Similarly, anything which is included in the mind, that alone exists. So I am looking at the book. The book is included in the mind. And where the knowledge is happening? Inside, because I am inside. So the mind is outside as well as inside. And therefore, the body is in the mind. The mind is not in the body. Next example. The space is outside the hall and the space is inside the hall. Now the space, whether it is outside or inside, does it make any difference? Same thing. So what is the right understanding? The hall is in the space. This is what is mentioned here. Aham akashavat sarvam, like the space, I am everything. If there is no space, nothing can exist. Aham akashavat sarvam bahir antargataha achyutaha. I am inside the hall, I am outside the hall. I am inside the body, I am outside the body. Therefore, the body is in me, I am not in the body. Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मस्तानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थिता न च मस्तानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरं भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः. I, the formless, support all the forms. Therefore, all the forms are in me, but I have no form. How true it is! All the forms are supported by the space. Space has no form. In the same manner, the truth that we are support all the forms. Like vision has no form. Vision supports all the form. Hearing ability has no particular shape, supports all the sounds. Think about it. It is called tanmatra. The tanmatra of the waters is rasa. Rasa is not specific, but salty, sweet, pungent, these are specific tastes. So in the taste tanmatra, there is no specificity. But when we add something special, samsara is created. So the rasana tells, all the tastes are in me, but I am not in them. The ocean says, all the waves are in me, but I am not in them. How come? Waves are born, they grow, they fight, they die. Ocean is not born, doesn't grow, doesn't fight, doesn't die. Therefore, they are in me, I am not in them. See, friends, aham akashavat sarvam. Therefore, this bhavana which I told you, start playing in your meditation. Don't do meditation. Play meditation, meditation. Playing means what? The meditator is not born. That is the meaning of playing meditation. So how do we play? What it is like being space? Don't say that I am space. No. What it is like being space? What must be the experience of the space? First, space supports everything, is not opposed to anything. So let us not get involved in this world. All that is happening is going on. Don't get involved. If you really mean spiritual practice, if you want to do the social service, then you have come to a wrong place. See? What it is like being space? Space has no shape. So, what it is like being without space, without shape? Start playing. Without shape means what? No height, no width, no contours. Playing space means what? Space is infinite, without beginning, without center, without end. And then find out, is it not our experience? Without beginning, no birth. Without center, modification. Without end, no death. When we consciously work on this, then we are practicing spiritual life. And to work on this platform, we have to conduct the business of our life. Then how do we conduct the business of life? Karnataka. Like we listen to Vedanta, exactly the same way, listen to the world. Life becomes simple. Spiritual life is not a punishment. Aham akashavat sarvam bahirantargadachyutaha sada sarva samasiddho. I am ever equanimous to everything and being. Is it not true? The vision is equanimous to all colors and forms. Mind is equanimous to all the thoughts, good or bad. Are we not equanimous to waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi? Every word must bring us back to our own self. then we are really studying Atmabodh. Aham akashavas sarvam bahirantargatochyutah sada sarva samasiddho nissangaha. This is another very important principle. Nissangaha, unattached. Attachment is an illusion. Remember this principle. We are not attached to anything or anybody. Attachment is not possible. The snake is not attached to the rope. See, the blue color of the sky is not attached to the space. The mirage waters are not attached to the sun rays. Attachment is an illusion. Don't we give up our identification with the body easily? There was one boy, many years before it happened. He was very fond of his dadima or padadadima, very old. Every morning when he will get up, first of all he go to the dadima. And dadima was to sleep on the cot in a very cocoon way. And he will go and wake her up. Dadima, utho na, utho. And he'll pull her this side. And then she will say, okay beta, ut rahi ho. One day it so happened, she was sleeping and died in the sleep. As usual, the boy came. I was staying with them that time. And he again pulled. Dadima, utho no. And he pulled her. So she turned because of his strong pull. And her dentures came out. So he started, why are you throwing the dentures inside? Keep it inside your mouth. And she was dead. So the boy went and told his mother, see, Dadima is behaving funny. And she was dead. See? Then that child was told, she is no more, she is dead. And he got that notion in his head. Because she slept, she died. And then he refused to sleep. He will not allow anybody to sleep at house. Mummy, don't sleep, you will die. Papa, don't sleep, you will die. Swamiji, you may. I said, okay, I will sleep. And when I slept and got up after 1 hour or 2 hours, you didn't die? I said, no. Then I told him, look here. Anybody who sleeps doesn't die. She was dead when she slept. Therefore, don't have this wrong notion. Exactly the same way. Sada sarva samasiddho nissango nirmalo achalaha. We are unattached. See, when the body dies, we don't die. One example I was giving in our regular talks. Try to remember that example. Imagine you are a big bottle without contents. And it is empty. So, what is in that bottle which is empty? Only space. Now, the bottle that we are, that bottle breaks for whatever reason. Then what will happen to the space inside the bottle? Will it go out of that bottle in search of another bottle? Space doesn't come and go anywhere. All coming and going happens in the space. Space doesn't come and go. But this karma card and all these things have such a terrible thing. All the time, marne ke baad kya hoga? People will be happy. Nothing will happen to you. If this is understood, the fear of death will disappear. We are not in bondage. Bondage is an illusion. We are not attached to the body. Attachment to the body is an illusion. But when we take the illusions to be real, then we suffer in life. Aham akashavat sarvam bahirantargatochyutah sada sarva samasiddho nissango nirmalo achalaha. Without any impurity, nirmalaha and achalaha. I don't go anywhere, I don't come from anywhere. Mayi eva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam. Mai sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayam asmya. Everything is born in me, everything remains in me, everything dissolves in me. The water says, all oceans are born in me, all waves are born in me, all the rivers are born in me, but I am not in them, they come back to me. Therefore, spiritual practice is only change your standpoint and re-evaluate your experiences of life. This is the purpose of study of scriptures, not changing anything. Like Ishavasya tells right in the first line, Ishavasavidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. When our vision changes, that whatever we are seeing in this world is nothing but Paramatma. Try. Are we not doing the same thing? We are looking at the stone and we call it as Shiva or Nandi. We are doing only bhavana. So if we can do this bhavana in a man-made statue, why can't we do the same bhavana in God's made statue? See, friends, but there friends and enemies and all things begins. Therefore, when the vision changes, then tena tyaktena bhunjitha, our attitude of indulgence disappears. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. And ma grudha kasya svidhanam, the habit of accumulating the things also goes away. So you are not enjoying bhog, you are not accumulating the wealth. Then are you leading a depressed life? No. Then kurvanne veha karmane jiji visheshadagam sama. Then live in such a manner that you are living dynamically 100% every moment. Wherever I am, whatever I am, I shall be 100%. This mantra is based on the second mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. Kurvanne veha karmane jiji vishesh shatagam sama. It's not that live for 100 years. I don't like that translation. Live 100% every moment. Add life to your years that you live, rather than adding years to the life that you live. Whole life will change, my friends. Therefore, sada sarva samasiddho nisango nirmalo achalaha. Continuing further, 36. Nitya shuddha vimuktaikam akhandananda madvayam satyam jnanamanantam yata param brahmaham tata. Then nitya shuddha vimukta, ever immaculate, pure, no sin, no merit. Nitya mukta, never in bondage. Nitya shuddha, ever pure. Akhanda, unbroken. Do we have the broken experiences? Yes. Waking experience begins and ends. There is the broken experience. Dream experience begins and ends. Second broken experience. The sleep begins and ends. Third broken experience. Your samadhi begins and ends. Fourth broken experience. But all the four experiences are to the substratum which never breaks. It is ever the same. This is the purpose of the law of karma and the life, last life, this life, next life. This is the purpose. Akhanda. We were, before this body was born, in other body. We are in this body. When the body dies, we continue to remain in other body. When did we die? This is what she mentioned here. Nitya Shuddha Vimukta Akhanda Ananda Madvayam. Our Ananda is Khandit Ananda. Kheer mil gayi, aha. Aur chahiye, aur nahi, aho. See, our Ananda is dependent on the things. Akhanda Ananda Madvayam. And this Akhanda Ananda is not created. It is uncreated bliss. In uncreated bliss, there are no efforts. Whenever efforts are associated with bliss, that is called as blisters. Therefore, don't seek happiness in life. Express happiness in life. You have learned Karma Yoga. You have learned Upasana. You have learned Yoga. Everything. Only this simple thing. Let only happiness be expressed through every action, every word, every thought. Then this happiness mode cannot be destructive. See, this example I had given. If I go and tell my friend, hey dear, I am so happy today, I just want to cut you into small pieces. It can never happen. Happiness is not a destructive force. See? Therefore, Nitya Shuddha Vibhukta Ekam Akhandam Anandam Advayam Satyam Jnanam Anantam Yat. In Taittiriya Upanishad the mantra comes. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Paramevyo Manna Soshnute Sarvan Kamansa Brahmana Vipashiteti. He who has come to discover this Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma as Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam, he who has come to discover this as his essential nature, what are the symptoms of realization? Soshnute Sarvan Kamansa. All his desires stand fulfilled simultaneously without any sequence. Our desires fulfill in a sequence. I should complete my education. Ho gaya. Then I should get a good job. Ho gaya. Then I should get a good wife. This example. Then ho gaya. And then I should get good children. Another example. So our desires are fulfilled, but they are fulfilled in a sequence. Wherever sequence is created, we are in samsara. See, Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Sa. Sa means simultaneously. How simple it is. Because you have merged in the absolute, the infinite. See, friends. Therefore, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Yat Tat Brahmahame Tat. That is my essential nature. Do this bhavana again and again. Don't tell others. मालूम है यार आजकल मैं ब्रह्मन बन गया. No. But in our heart of our heart. Then what are the lakshanas, symptoms of the Brahman? Is unopposed. Doesn't oppose to anything. So let us not be in the opposition party. Whatever, yes, very good, perfect, nice, good. There was one driver, I have learned it from him. When you want to tell him something, before listening, he said, okay, ho gaya. Kya ho gaya? Not opposed to anything. Everything is fine. Therefore, Tat Brahmaham Tat. Now, last 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 verses have given us the practice of knowledge. What we call POK, practice of knowledge, in our Corona festival. Now, after having said this, now the teacher says in 37th verse, Evam Nirantarabhyastha Brahmaivasmiti Vasana Haratya Vidya Vikshepan Rogani Varasayanam. Evam, in this manner, what we have studied in last 3-4 verses, Evam Nirantara Abhyastaha. This we have to practice Nirantara without any break. Otherwise, while taking the studying or giving lecture, Aham Brahmasmi, after that Aham Brahmosmi. No, Nirantara, without any breach. Nirantara Abhyasta. This is what we told you. Spiritual practice is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. Your karma kanda is limited in that particular time. Your upasana is limited during that particular time. Yoga only a particular time. But this spiritual practice is not limited by any time, any place, any situation. It has to be lived all the time, 24/7. How it can be lived? Remain alert, remain vigilant, remain quiet. Alert. Are we getting too much involved in this world? Vigilant. Are we depositing impressions on our mind in the form of likes and dislikes? Vigilant. Let our mind be like a mirror which reflects everything, rejects nothing, at the same time retains nothing. Learn to forget. But we have forgotten to forget. All the time, the old stories. When I was there, I have done this thing, I have done that thing. There is no need. We only tell our secrets to the world. I told this is just a story. One person. Yeah, don't tell anybody. Do you know why I became Babaji? Because I had done 1 or 2 murders and therefore I just wanted to hide myself. But don't tell anybody, okay? No, why should I tell Swamiji? He had one friend. Do you know? Don't tell anybody. Swami said, Acha? He had another friend. It continued 4 or 5 friends, and then last person was my friend. Swamiji, people are talking like this about you. Where from it started? Purnamadaha, Purnavidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Therefore, don't unnecessarily talk about yourself. See, on the back side of that book, who are you, where from you are, why you were born, what is your qualification, what is your mother tongue. Is it necessary to know? खाने से मतलब? No, this बैंगन कहाँ से आया? ये भगवान का अवतार है, बैंगना अवतार. See भगवान in बैंगन. No need. See, and this you have to consciously practice. Those who are interested only in the past and they talk about the past, past is भूत. किसी को भूत लग जाता है तो कैसा होता है? क्या भूत? All the time talking about the past. Refuse. I will tell you about somebody, name and person I will not tell you. He is very old, very nice person, elderly, not in India, outside India, heading a big organization. And he must be about 93 or 94. And I know him for last 15-20 years. Every time I have gone and met him, same question. Can you believe what is my age? See, last time I went, then I said, Maharaji, you must be now 93. No. 93 years, 5 months, 20 days. See, carrying the total burden of the past on the head. By that what we mean? I am gross body. Past belongs to the body, not to me. It was the body that was born. It was the body that is growing. Recognize this. And therefore, I told very clearly, don't create friends and enemies. You come over here, enjoy, and you feel like jump into Ganges and everything is solved. See, don't create friends and enemies here. Otherwise, go and take addresses and phone and all that. Take, but then tear it off. That's what I do. See, friends. Shatrau mitre putre bandhau ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. So nityam jnanamantam yad brahmahomevatar evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti vasana. By this constant practice, you will slowly come to accept that you are not the body. And how do we know we have come to this understanding we are not the body? You will not talk, think about your death. If we have really studied Vedanta, and if we hear the news of anybody's death, and thereafter if a thought comes in our mind, एक दिन अपने को भी मरना है, you have not studied Vedanta at all. मरने भी नहीं देंगे आपको. See? Because somebody died, then I'll also die. Because that body was a body, I am also a body. You cannot die. Because karma, Siddhanta you take, the same thing, last life, this life, next life. When did you die? See friends, remove this notion that we die. We don't. And when you come to this conclusion, then only you will understand this. Evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti vasana. Then our this firm conviction that the absolute reality alone is our essential nature. Like the pot space comes to know that it is a total space. After having known this, will the pot space want to break the pot? No. For the pot space to be the total space, pot is not an obstacle. Therefore, whether the body is or body is not, we don't die. Because we are not born. This abhyas, this practice, we have to again and again insist. But it should be our subjective practice. When you are living with the world, behave like a dumb. See, janan apihi medhavi jadaval lokam acharet. There is an Upanishad, Sannyasa Upanishad. There this mantra comes. Very clearly it is said there. Na prishtaha kasyachit bruyad na cha anyayena cha pruchchataha janan apihi medhavi jadaval lokam acharet. When somebody is asking you a question, find out the question is worth entertaining or not. If it is not, I don't know. No need. We are not obliged to answer every question. I don't know. See? Janan apihi, medhavi, the wise man, although he knows, then jadaval lokamacharet, become dumb. Apan ko pata hi nahi. Otherwise we get involved in this world. Argument, studies, nothing. Our peace of mind is the most valuable commodity in the whole universe. Don't play with that. This is what is mentioned here. Evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti vasana. So aham brahmasmi means what? Brahman is not disturbed. Like the space is not disturbed. All disturbances happen in the space. Space is not disturbed. So aham brahmasmi, this experience or this knowledge will be what? We are disturbance proof. Nothing disturbs us. This is the spiritual practice. This I learned from somebody like you. In Mumbai it happened. Somebody's lecture was there, and after that next day my lecture started. So when the person came to introduce and all that, and he said, now our Swamiji has come, relax. I said, what kind of introduction it is? Then he told, no Swamiji, there was another Swamiji, he was talking so good, extremely well read and very nice. But he was so angry. If somebody comes 2 seconds late, he used to as if bounce on him to eat. Now old people have got their own BP problem. You know BP? Bladder pressure problem. So sometimes they just get up and go away. But then anybody is going here and there, he will become angry. मर रहे क्या? See, he said, for you it makes no difference. It comes and goes. Why? I say, I know those who have come and sat. Do you think they are listening? And those who are gone, do you think they are missing anything? No. Then why are you talking time pass? Life is a time pass. Do not play with your peace of mind. Let the whole world be on fire. Be at peace. In this manner, when this is done, harati avidya vikshepad rogani varsayanam. So like the disease of the wrong understanding is removed by this practice, like the diseases are removed by the medicine. Rogativa rasayanam. So we have got some disease, it is a foreign body. Then we take medicine, it is also a foreign body. Then the first foreign body is nullified by the second foreign body, and that also goes out. And again we are back to our normal health. Exactly. Wrong notions are removed by right understanding. Thereafter, right understanding also goes, and you are happy. See? This is Atmabodh. And nobody can help us in this. Now, how do we practice this in our day-to-day life? We should try and save the world. Take out your Maha Mantra.
So Maria, nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.